Ah, yes, Halifax. What is Halifax mostly known for? Is it because of its natural harbor? Or is it its ice free waters? Or is it because of the Halifax Explosion? Or its contribution to the war effort? Well, let's find out today. Now you may have noticed that I have a new microphone and my voice kind of sounds weird. I'm sorry, but hey, I hope you still enjoyed this video. So yeah, that's all I've got to say, and let's move on. And did I forget to mention that I was reading off the Halifax Explosion Wikipedia? Wow! Link down in the description. Halifax was a peaceful town that lived on for hundreds of years, not really hundreds of years, just like a few years, until World War I broke out, where it was made famous by a few ocean liners that came to visit in the port of Halifax, such as the Olympic class, aka just Olympic itself, Mauritania, and I think Lusitania also went on there. The area we're talking about in Halifax is Dartmouth, where the Halifax explosion happened. Dartmouth lies on the east shore of the Halifax harbor. For those who doesn't know where east and west is, well, you're on your own on that one. But I'll just put an arrow right here. And Halifax is on the west shore. By 1917, Halifax inner harbor had become a principal assembly point for merchant convoys leaving for Britain and France. I'm guessing all of those British tea jokes and baguettes jokes were a little too much for the convoys. Halifax and Dartmouth had thrived during times of war. The harbor was one of the British Royal Navy's most important bases in North America, a center for wartime trade and a home for privateers who harried the British Empire's enemies during the American Revolution. The completion of the Intercolonial Railway and its deep water terminal in 1880 allowed for increased steamship trade and led to acceleration development of the port area. Just before the First World War, the Canadians and the government are thinking of how much it would cost to develop the harbor and the waterfront facilities. But the outbreak of the war brought Halifax back into prominence. For those who don't use underused English words, that means it's famous again. And since the Canadian Navy technically and virtually have no functioning ships, the Royal Navy basically just said, screw it, we're taking back Halifax, and in they went. By 1917, there were a growing naval fleet in Halifax, including patrol ships, tugboats, and minesweepers. On the evening of the 5th of December 1917, Mont Blanc asked about special protection, such as a guard ship, given that Mont Blanc's cargo is literally a massive pile of explosives. But this demand was denied and Mont Blanc started moving at 7:30 a.m. Mont Blanc headed towards Bedford Basin on the Dartmouth side of the harbor. Mackay kept his eye on the ferry traffic between Halifax and Dartmouth and other small boats in the area. He first spotted Imo when she was about 1 kilometer away, and became concerned as her path appeared to be heading towards his ship's starboard side. As if to cut him off, Mackay gave a short blast of his ship's signal whistle to indicate that he had the right of the way, but was met with 2 short blasts from Imo, indicating that the approaching vessel would not yield its position. The captain ordered Mont Blanc to halt her engines and angle slightly to starboard, closer to Dartmouth's side of the Narrows. He let out another signal blast of his whistle, hoping for the other vessel would likewise move to the starboard, but was again met with double blast. It was not long after until the 2 vessels collided. A small fire ignited on the bow of the Mont Blanc, and it was not too long after when the crew and the captain decided to abandon ship, which was a great idea, by the way. The Imo managed to free itself while the Mont Blanc drifted onto shore. At 9:04 a.m., the fire on board Mount Blanc ignited the explosives and blew the ship into Kingdom Come. The aftermath of the disaster was total devastation in Halifax. And now the explosion is remembered to this day as the world's most powerful explosion without using a nuclear device.